Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? It is I, the King of Shinjuku, the one and only at and the title. I gotta say, honestly, I used to consider myself very apolitical. However, I found out with life and growing up that being an Asian person, being a queer person, being a queer non-white person, my mere existence is fucking political. So, come on now. Also, with that being said, this is not some like fucking SJW shit. This ain't no kumbaya like everybody should love everybody type video. No. This is my, as I always say, my music is raw, real, authentic. This is my raw, real, authentic, nitty-gritty political takes on a few subjects. Again, I'm only going to touch on things which affect me because I feel like there are certain things that I do not have an opinion on because it does not affect me. It is not my place to step in and be a dick about it, which is why I hate a certain demographic. I have a disdain for a certain demographic of liberals more than any other due to the fact that they like to insert themselves in situations of which do not apply to them. That is not what I'm about to do. I am about to just address a few things that are going on both in the US and Japan and give my take on how it shouldn't even be a thing at this point in time. It's literally about to be 2026, and we should not still be having some of these discussions. And I'm also going to touch on my extremist politics, which, if you follow me on X, you have probably noticed that I have some extreme viewpoints about a lot of topics. However, it is all based in life experiences I have been told by other minorities and other people of color, and experiences I have been told by trans people, gender expansive people, gay people, etc., etc. The list goes on. It is fucking endless. This is not a happy video. This is not what is my shirt doing? Okay, all right. This is going to be different than any other video that I probably have ever released. I think I made like one video that might be slightly similar way back in 2007. 2007. We were going on 20 years later. Why am I saying the same shit? Why am I still saying the same shit? Why am I even here? Why do I have to even make this? Like, literally, I just want to exist and create a safe space, create an environment where queer people of color feel safe and can express themselves and feel related to. And if, like I've said in the past, if one person can look at my content or listen to my music or hear one of my videos and feel seen, feel heard, feel related to, feel understood, then I've done my job. I can peace out this earth right now. However, in the meantime, since I have somewhat of a platform, I felt that it was almost like a fucking dire necessity for me to finally speak out on some things. And I know this is coming out of nowhere. I'm a visual K porn rapper. I can shut the fuck up. What the fuck do I know? I got like 4 brain cells on a good day. All things that are valid for you to think. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I don't like when entertainers say political shit either. I am one of those that's like, just shut up and just do your thing, or at least I used to be. But now, There are so many things that are happening right now that I just can't stay quiet. I can't stay quiet anymore. And what I mean by that is, I never thought that. Okay, so let me preface this with a little intro in case this is the first video of mine you've ever clicked on, the first stream of mine you've ever clicked on, the first time you've ever seen me in your life. I exist to push boundaries and to make people uncomfortable within reason. I do it so that I can pave the way for younger folks who are like me, so they have a role model, someone they can look up to, because I did not have that. I paved my own way, and I was never pounded down, and I always stayed true to what I believe in and what I identify as and what I want to do with my fucking life. Everyone said, oh, you'll grow out of it. Oh, you'll change when you're older. Oh, you'll understand when you're older. Well, guess what, motherfucker? This is at chapter 13, all grown up. And guess what else? I have not fucking changed my mind on anything. If anything at all, y'all have pushed me further in the direction that I was already headed. So, congratulations for that. And yes, there is a certain demographic of which I am addressing in this video, and I'm going to say it in a discreet way. White people. Yeah, I said it. All of my followers are some sort of black, brown, or Asian. So this video is going to, I think, resonate with almost all of my followers, almost all of my subscribers on other platforms, just about damn near anyone I associate with in my actual life. So I just gotta say, first of all, the number one thing is we gotta stick together, folks. We gotta stick together. Black, brown, Asian, we got to stick together. Because them motherfuckers that have divided us for decades, no, for centuries. And I talked about this when I was interviewed with Love Life of an Asian Guy back in 2020. Like, I talked about this very same shit. Okay? And now it's just reached a breaking point because things are going backwards. And what the fuck, bro? Things are going backwards. I never would have thought that my existence in 2026 is going to be more questionable than my existence in 2011. Okay? I am in more danger in the US in 2026 than I was in 2011. That is not okay. That is not okay. Breathe. The things that are fundamental in my political viewpoint, because I do not align either way. I have said that. And know before you say shit, I am not a fucking centrist. I am not moderate. I am not libertarian. I am radically what I am. Radically. And I am left-leaning. Far left-leaning. However, I am also very anti-censorship, very freedom of speech, very freedom of expression, and the less government, the better. overall, both sides have failed. Like, it does not matter. Like, both political parties in the US are total fucking toxic ass shit. They have failed everyone except white people. White men, specifically. But, you know, white women aren't ready for that conversation. Because guess what? A major part of the problem, if not the majority of the problem. Because they are complacent, because they co-sign, because they agree with, or because they just don't speak up. And then the ones that do are fucking SJW pieces of shit that tokenize gay people and tokenize trans people and tokenize minorities. So to me, they're all the same. Throw them all together, and I don't know which one would come out as worse, honestly. And that's just, again, that's just me being real. Hell, I have issues with my own community. Like, whether it's LGBTQ or it's the Asian American community. I have issues with both you guys, so don't think I ain't coming for you. Y'all fucked up too. Because with every demographic in this country is rooted in some form of oppression. Usually anti-blackness. Some form of oppression. Usually anti-blackness. And yes, there are a lot of things within that I cannot speak on. However, what I can speak on, which I've spoken on in the past, is, yo, what's up? Welcome, Yokoso, Hajimemashite, Dostano. What I can speak on, which I have spoken on in the past, is Black and Asian solidarity, which is something we need now in this toxic ass, fucking hostile, volatile political environment. Something we need now more than ever. And I still keep just seeing, like, certain groups trying to divide us. But I'm not going to stand for that. And that's, again, why I thought, like, I never speak on this shit, but I felt like I needed to speak on this shit, which, the fact that you literally got a Z-lister internet influencer speaking on this shit means you fucked up, bro. You fucked up, bro. And yes, I'm talking to the president. Whatever. I'm doing okay. Just having a little political rant. Little midnight political rant. Nothing big. How you doing? Also, in spirit of the holidays, I got peppermint White Russian. So that's what I'm going to be drinking. These are so good. Highly recommend. Like, 10 out of 10. If you like creamy alcohol. If you don't, then no, it's not for you. But highly recommend if you like that type of drink. That's good. Good to hear. I'm glad you're doing all right. Things have been crazy lately. I just, And then, like, another thing I've noticed is, like, neither side, at least in the US, neither side actually gives a fuck about transgender people. They just weaponize it for their own cause. Like, the right weaponizes against trans people and makes them the enemy, and then the left tokenizes them and uses them as a vehicle to promote the censorship and their outdated rhetoric in their own right. So I just feel that nobody anymore in politics, nobody gives a flying fuck about any marginalized group. They just don't. They only care about their own gain, and they care about money. Money is the driving force behind everything in this country and any country built similarly with a capitalist economy. No, Japan, you were not getting out of this heat because you were fucked up too. Although Japanese conservatism is different than American conservatism in the sense that most Japanese conservatives just want more of a Japanese nationalism. They want to keep Japan Japanese. They want to keep traditional views, traditional Japanese culture. However, what the modern Japanese conservatives don't understand is that issues like gender identity, sexuality, gender fluidity, those were all normal, natural, human things in traditional Japanese culture before Meiji Restoration, before Western influence. So, do I consider myself a Japanese nationalist? Yes. But in the old sense. Like, I'm going way back, way fucking back to, I don't fucking know, 1500, 1300. I feel that there are things that need to happen. The American military needs to get the fuck out of Japan. First of all, get the fuck out. It's been 50 years. Like, what the fuck you doing there? It's been 75 years. Get the fuck out. You don't belong there. You don't know our culture. You just fuck shit up. And most of the crime that happens in Japan comes from one of them. So, now, I'm not talking about the high rate of domestic violence in Japan amongst couples of both Japanese origin. I'm not talking about that. That has been an issue for a very long time. I'm talking about the postmodern issue of U.S. military that fucking assault people. And I'm trying to censor myself, even though I fuck censorship. But I'm trying to censor myself so I don't get censored. You get what I'm saying? So, bear with me on that. A true Japan nationalist just wants the U.S. military out, and they want to restore Japan to how it was before Western influence. Which, guess what? If Japan would have remained the way it was before any Western influence, would have been a much better place today. Because it was Western influence that fucked shit up. Honestly, capitalism, anti-gay rhetoric, anti-trans rhetoric, even the extent of that misogyny has gotten to is all from Western influence. If you look at countries like Thailand that have been able to be more organic with their cultural views on things like gender identity and gender fluidity and sexuality, they accepted a third gender identity since, like, the beginning. So it's like, why is it so difficult for people to understand that it's like the gender is fluid, okay? We're humans. We are not computers. We don't have a set binary code because we're all different. And there are fluctuations even within human sex genomes that can happen. There are 10 different chromosomal combinations that human beings can be born with. And that's just talking about biological sex. That's not even including how your brain works and how you identify. Thank you. I'm just speaking from the heart, man. Like, I'm just speaking from lived experience on a lot of this stuff and experiences of people that I know in real life and things that I've just witnessed. It's like, it's insane that we're still having this conversation about to be 2026. Like, why is America moving backwards instead of forwards? I don't get it. And like things like same-sex marriage and shit, that should not even be up for debate. That should not be politicized. That should just be a natural human right. Like, that should be a natural human right. It's and then within Japanese society, what's interesting is the new prime minister that was elected, she is the most conservative prime minister that Japan has had in decades. But then at the same time, she is the first ever female prime minister that Japan has ever had. So it's a very conflicting topic within the Japanese political sphere because it's progressive, the fact that they elected a woman, but it's very regressive, some of her ideology. With that being said, however, she actually did a few positive things before she even got elected for same-sex couples and for transgender folks, which is, Western liberals don't want you to know this. It's like one of those things because they have tunnel vision and think of conservatism as being the same as U.S. conservatism, which it's not, as I just explained earlier. She has done some positive things. However, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's like Japan is like reached a point, and this is something I talk about often. Without Western influence and had World War II never happened, Japan would have been had same-sex marriage like 100 fucking years ago. It would have been a given because Japan recognized same-sex relationships at a time when a lot of other cultures. You know what? No, hell, fuck that. Most cultures in the world recognize same-sex relationships. It was only the Judeo-Christian, Abrahamic religion cultures, Europe, that the US, that was against it and kind of forced everyone to simultaneously be against it and think it was evil or whatever. So if left to their own devices, I believe that most cultures around the world would have accepted same-sex marriage. Hell yeah. And same with gender identity and being trans. I feel that a lot of cultures without Western influence would have just accepted it as a natural human experience. Like, the reason they have this whole thing, like this scare saying like there's more trans people now than ever. No, there fucking isn't. They're just able to be themselves now more than a lot of other times in history. That's what it is. If you go back to like ancient cultures, like whether it's ancient Egypt, ancient Asia, whatever the fuck, they existed loud and proud. There have been tombs that have been dug up where you can clearly see that the person was trans because biologically it says they were one gender, but based off of what they were buried with, what they were adorned with, what their name was, the culture at the time, they were living as the opposite gender. So something that has existed since humans have existed, you're suddenly now making it seem like, oh, that didn't exist before. I don't know what's happening. It's like you fucking know it existed before. You just found a way to silence it for a few hundred years. But now that we're not being silent anymore, now it's a problem again. Now it's a problem again. And, like, it just annoys me too when these certain groups, hate groups, it seems like they pick a target every few years. Like, at first, hate groups, white people, targeted black people, right? That was the main That's what they went after. They went after black people, and they acted like they were dangerous and like all these fucking things that aren't true, right? And then as time went on, I mean, they still go after black people. So it's not like they ever stopped. It's not like they ever stopped targeting their first target. No, hell no. If you want to go further back than that, they targeted the Native Americans even first. Like they that's all they know is oppressing people. Oppression and colonization is all they know. But then it went, the big scare in like the 80s was gay people. So, that was the big thing, like, you're gonna turn gay, like, whatever the fuck. Don't do that, it's gonna make you gay. Like, the fuck? Huh? I watched Tenchi Muyo when I was 7, and it sure as fuck did not make me straight. The fuck? Sexuality is inherent. I also listened to WAP, and it did not make me straight. So, if music and media can make you gay, then shouldn't the opposite be true? I mean, just saying. And now it is trans people. That's their number one target, particularly black and brown trans people. Because if you are a white trans person, yes, it's bad because you're still trans, but at the end of the day, you're still white. So you still have white privilege. However, if you are black and trans, Asian and trans, Latino and trans, whatever the fuck, you are going to be doubly targeted. You got two things going against you. And so, like with anything, even with like women's rights, if you are a woman of color, you are going to experience even worse fallback from Roe versus Wade being overturned, ban on abortion, etc., etc. If you're a woman of color, you're going to experience even more negative results from that. I'm not going to speak on that because, again, I'm trying to only speak on things that are, I can actually speak on. As an AMAB person, I am not going to say shit. I feel that the person who has the uterus should be in charge of whatever goes on with the uterus. Like, it's nobody else's business. Why the fuck is it political? That's one thing Japan got right. That's one thing Japan got right even with Western influence. It's the person with the uterus is right to get an abortion, and that's just how it should be. That should be common logic, but, logic ain't so common these days. The thing that was a tipping point for me making this video was when I started reading about more and more celebrities, non-white celebrities, that are turning pro-Trump. My mind is blown. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, within the U.S., LGBTQ conservatives, what the fuck? Black conservatives, what the fuck? Latino conservatives, what the fuck? Asian conservatives, I'm looking at you. I know what you're thinking. You think because your proximity to whiteness is going to get you a seat at their table, but it's fucking not. Because you saw during COVID, or at least you should have seen, I could fucking slap you right now. You should have seen during COVID how fast they turned on you. That model minority shit, that is all just a scam. It's a fairy tale to turn you against all the other minorities so that they can divide and conquer. Because when we're separated, they can target us each in an individual way. However, if we all were together we are stronger, and that's what they know, so that's why they want to keep that feud going. The model minority thing is a myth that was created and based in anti-blackness. They were so afraid that we would side with the people that they oppressed for centuries. So they had to make up shit, and they had to exacerbate some kind of feud that was never even there. They had to create a falsehood to make us hate each other, using like Asian colorism and colorism within the Asian community and perpetuating it into something more than what it was. I don't fucking know. Everything that they learned about Asian culture, they spun it and used it to perpetuate anti-blackness. And yes, that is a topic that I can speak very lengthy on, because I have done the work and listened. Actually shut the fuck up and listened, which is something that Asians also have a problem with doing. And, not Japanese Americans so much, but I'm heavily side-eyeing Chinese Americans and Korean Americans, because they are the main groups that think their proximity to whiteness is going to get them a seat at the table, going to get them some of that privilege. And before anyone says anything, is there such thing as East Asian privilege? Yes. However, East Asian privilege only exists within Asia. Let me say that again. East Asian privilege only exists in Asia. And within the Asian diaspora in other nations. So yes, I am Japanese. I recognize that I am East Asian and that I come from a place of privilege in Asia. However, in the US, it is a double-edged sword, because on one side, with the liberals and the SJWs and everything, they tokenize Asian issues without actually listening to the real Asian issues. Like, they don't think we have it that bad. Which, yeah, fuck, I'll be the first to say we don't have it nearly as bad as other people of color or other minorities. No, not at all. However, the reason for that is because on the right side, they created the model minority myth. So again, everything I've said, it perpetuates the other side. So because of the right creating the model minority shtick and promoting anti-blackness by giving Asians a crumb every now and again, doing that whole intelligence thing where they say that we're smarter, it don't have fucking nothing, shit all, fuck all to do with that. The only reason that Asians test higher on standardized testing is because of cultural pressure. It is not some innate genetic advantage. It is cultural pressure to always do better. When you come from a culture where you're taught that getting anything less than an A is not good enough and you might as well be failing, you're gonna fucking do well. Or you're gonna kill yourself. Which happens a lot. So, there's that. And on the flip side, when it comes to Black, Latino, whatever, whoever they think is not as intelligent, that's not what it fucking is. It's because you don't give them the tools. You don't give them the opportunity to do what they really can do. You keep the people that you want in poverty, and you elevate the people that you want elevated. That's how it has been since this country was founded. And within Japan, it's the same way. If you're Ainu, if you're Ryukyu, if you're Burakumin, and Burakumin is not an ethnic group, it's a social class. If you are any of these things, you will also kept low. You are not treated the same as other members of Japanese society. You're not as low as foreigners, but you're not Japanese. So, huh? Wait, so they're not foreigners, but they're also not Japanese? Yeah. Yeah, you heard me right. The indigenous people to Japan are not Japanese enough. No. And they are heavily discriminated against. And Burakumin is a social class that should not exist anymore. Basically rejected samurai. Like, they fell from grace, so to speak. But it still exists. If you come from that lineage, you got a disadvantage from jump. So the East Asian privilege that I was talking about that I had earlier within Asia falls to shit because I'm a descendant of Burakumin. So even in the culture where I can assimilate and fit in and blend in and not face discrimination for how I look, I face discrimination for where I come from and my sexuality. Just can't win. Just can't win. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So there's one phrase that a lot of liberals use. They say it's not a race issue, it's a class issue. I have two parts to add on to that. Yes, in a capitalist society, a degrading capitalist society, a postmodern, damn near dystopian society, yes, it is a class issue. Because the elites are the elites. That 1% of the population owns 99% of the world's wealth. Yeah, it's a class issue. However, it's still a race issue too. Because if you look at it across the board, the majority of the elites are white. "13 families that rule the world, 12% of them are Caucasian. One of them is Chinese. Where's everybody else?" So it's like, how can they sit there and say it's absolutely not a race issue, it's just a class issue? No, bitch, it's both. It's both. Because you have to look at who holds the wealth. Look at the demographic of who holds the wealth. And to add on to that, they are straight, they are white, they are men. So come on now, you can't deny that. It's like it's there. Yes, the rich people of every ethnicity, every race, every sexual orientation However, you gotta look at the majority. And also, there's a difference between being wealthy, like if you're an artist or an actor or something and you make a career and you earn a lot, there's a difference versus generational wealth where you don't have to lift your finger and you just got it. Being a millionaire is attainable. Being a billionaire is hereditary. Or there's some kind of scheme going on. The certain celebrities that have reached billionaire status, they've done some shady shit. And I die on this hill. They are not what they say. And I don't trust it. Don't trust it. There is no reason that somebody on one side of the world should have billions of dollars and be living in a mansion and having all the things, and then on the other side of the world, somebody is starving and never even knew what it was like to actually have a real house. Like, that should not be a thing. We were put on a planet. I'm Shinto, so my spiritual belief system is different, but I'll just keep it vague because I know everyone has a different origin story as to how we got here. Whether it's scientific, whether it's intelligent design, whatever. I don't care. I don't judge. We all come to our own conclusions from our own human experience. But what I will say is we were put on a planet that gave us everything we needed. Food, water, the ability to create shelter, the ability to be happy, the ability to thrive. And what we do? We destroyed nature, destroyed the environment, created credit scores, imprisoned people, enslaved people, pillaged. I want to say a different word, but I can't, so I'll just say violated, colonized, and destroyed. And created a system where everyone is meant to lose. Unless you're one of them. And no, I'm not saying that white people don't struggle. There are plenty of white people that struggle now. But also that's because at the end of the day, the elites don't care about nobody. They don't care. They just don't care. So it's, like I said, it's a two-part thing. It's like it is a class issue, but it's also a race issue. And when you put those two together, it's just, and it's like, as much as I would rather go back to Japan and just deal with my own shit that I spoke of earlier, where I have to deal with how I can at least blend in and just, keep my head down and move along. That's not who I am. I'm not like that. I spoke up when I was living there. I was the nail that stood out that couldn't be pounded back down. That's a Japanese quote translated. It didn't work. So living here, I like being in a multicultural environment. I don't want to be isolated from everyone else. I like hearing different viewpoints. I like meeting different people. I like hearing about different cultures and learning and actually respecting and gaining the knowledge and hearing what you have to say. Like, I want to know, because if I know, then I can do something about it. And that's what makes me so irritated, because so many of the white liberals, they never take the time to actually listen. They hear what they want to hear, and they try to defend minorities and people of color without ever actually listening to the story in the first place. Because in order to listen, sometimes you have to shut up. And a lot of my life experiences due to the friend groups that I have has been shutting up and just sitting there and not saying anything. Because I don't know, but I want to know. And that's why a lot of times when there's different issues going on, I just don't say anything, because it's like, I stand where I stand, but it's not always my place to say anything. Sometimes just being present is just all that's needed. And that's why, the majority of the group that I hang out with, everyone's black, brown, or Asian. I have like 2 white friends. And it's not because I'm discriminating against people for being white. That's not what it is. It's that I go by character. And if you actually walk the walk and not talk the talk. And I've met two European descent individuals my entire life that actually walk the walk. And I've met a lot of people. Like I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Tokyo, I've been in New York, I've been in LA, I've been in Vegas, I've been in DC. I've been in almost every major city in the US, and I have met 2 that I consider to be actual allies. That's saying something. And another thing I'm going to touch on that is something that I guess might only irritate someone if they are queer or trans, but it's the performative queerness. What I mean by that is, I have seen, and I'm not being transphobic by making this statement. Trans people exist. Trans people have been here since the dawn of time. However, I have met some individuals that they're always white, AFAB, so white women tears. They say something out of pocket, something, racist, something anti-black, whatever. Their first defense is, you're being transphobic, I'm non-binary. Do non-binary people exist? Yes, absolutely. I just talked about the 3rd gender identity. I just talked about that. Yes, non-binary people exist. They, them pronouns are valid. However, if you were coming from a place of privilege where your parents pay for everything and you got green hair and a septum piercing and you tell me that I can't say faggot, I'm going to look at you sideways. I'm going to look at you a little funny. Because I'm taking back something that has been said to me. And that's the thing. Like, you can take back the slur that has been said about you. That is valid. That is a healing process. But then you get, these certain types of SJWs that just tell you, oh, you can't say that. They're the same bitches that would tell black people that they can't say the N-word. And it's like, bitch, you don't have the right to define that. Like, that is not your lane. And they don't get it. They just want to police what everyone says without doing the work to learn the impact that doing that is not helping anything. It's like, no. Put down the hair dye and actually listen to gay people, listen to people of color, listen to black people, listen to trans people. I'm in the anime con scene, so I've encountered a lot of that, and it just leaves me with a weird feeling, because I'm like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but also, like, why are you policing people's speech from demographics that you know nothing about? And also, the reason that we are not taken seriously as an LGBTQ community, part of the reason is because of these highly femme-presenting, AFAB, non-binary individuals that are in straight relationships and then scream to the high heavens that, no, I'm queer. Yes, I'm dating a man. Yes, I look like this, but yes, I'm queer. It's like, you don't have the same experience. I'm sorry. Like, again, I'm not being exclusionary or conservative about this. I'm literally just saying that if you are assigned female at birth and you still present yourself in a feminine way, and you are in a relationship with a male, you are not going to be perceived in the same way as someone who is very noticeably a gay man in a relationship with a man, or a gay woman in a relationship with a woman, or a trans woman in any type of setting, or a trans man in any type of setting. Like, not saying you don't struggle at all, but it's not the same. Just similarly to if you are white and in poverty, you still don't have it as bad as someone who is black and in poverty. It's just not the same. And these are the things where, like, usually my streams are, like I said at the beginning of this video, my streams are usually not political at all. I do music production, I do, like, social commentary, I do, like, pop culture shit. Like, usually my streams are very uplifting and very lighthearted. But in light of recent events, I just had to say something. And I know, like, some of my viewpoints can be, extreme or whatever. But sometimes you just gotta say, what needs to be said. And yeah. I've talked for almost an hour on this. Trying to think if I have anything else. Oh, touch a little bit explanation of colorism within the Asian community. What white people didn't understand is that colorism within the Asian community, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's wrong. Okay? Let's just put it out there. Colorism within any race, within any culture is wrong. However, colorism within the Asian community never applied to black people. It never applied to other ethnic groups. It only applied within Asian culture, within Asian countries. Japan has a very high respect of black people, Latino people, etc., etc. Japan just has a standard of beauty. Pale skin, black hair, dark eyes. Doing anything against that is considered a social faux pas. It's considered standing out, need to be pounded back down. You are not allowed to bleach your hair in Japanese society unless you don't have a job or you work a part-time job or you're a freelancer. If you bleach your hair at a corporate job, you're going to get fired. If you are naturally darker complected, you're going to be looked at funny because you don't fit in. You don't blend in with everybody else. That does not apply to foreigners. And that's what white Americans don't understand. The Japanese standard does not apply. I'm not going to speak for other Asian countries because I do not know. But the Japanese standard does not apply to foreigners. However, with that being said, from stories I've been told, from things I've witnessed, Japanese businesses do not like hiring white people. They don't. They don't. They're going to pay you less. They're going to put up more roadblocks. They're going to fire you faster. Oh, sounds familiar. They sure seem to recognize when it happens to them from Japanese companies. But yet, they still can't come back over to the US and fix it in their own damn country when they're doing it to other groups. The audacity, man. The double standard. The double standard. It's like they can understand it when it's happening to them, but it's not enough for them to go back and fix it. Whereas I learned from the time I was a little kid that I was different and I was discriminated against. So I made it a point growing up and becoming a teenager, becoming a young adult, and onward, that I did not want to ever make somebody else feel that way ever again. And I wanted to do everything I could, as small as it may be, to make everyone equal. I just don't, I don't get how some things are just so lost on some people. It's baffling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my stream tonight. I appreciate you. I didn't know if I was gonna have anyone actually on here because this is, like I said, it's totally different content than what I usually do. I usually like make music and shit, but I just, everything that's been happening and everything that's I've been reading about, and honestly, let's be real, like the recent news about like Nicki Minaj being transphobic, just like, yes, I usually stream once a week. Once a week, typically somewhere between Tuesday and Friday. Right now, I'm streaming on like Monday night because there's my day off. So I just thought, why not? I've been in bed all day. I might as well like do something productive. But usually it's more like closer Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is usually my day. But this week, Wednesday, Thursday is Christmas, so not gonna be doing it. And then this Friday, I have to work, and I was really hoping not to have to work on the day after Christmas, but I have to, so I'm probably not like doing anything. I'm probably going home and going to bed. So I'm like, oh, today seems like a good day. Yeah, absolutely. Ask me anything. I'm pretty much done with my rant. I've been going for like an hour now. Pretty much done with my rant. I'm probably gonna like play some music or something to lighten the mood. My group died. Hmm. So, first of all, I'll ask, how old are you? You don't have to tell me exactly how old you are, but just like age range, because that would help me to give a more accurate answer, because my response is gonna depend. So, are you like a teenager or young adult? Okay. All right. Okay. So, huh. I'm gonna say I'm gonna preface it with saying that I waited to tell my mother that I was gay until I was 27 and had one foot out the door. And the only reason I was back living with my mother is because of COVID. I had, I was, I lived in Japan and then I lived with my mother and then I was back in Japan and then I was back with my mother. And I waited to tell my mother until I was gonna be on my own here in the US. Um, I told her the year, but like the same year that I was moving out. Um, so I would say, based off what you just said about you think they're gonna kick you out. Ah, oh, okay. All right. That's a whole different thing. Um, okay, so this gets really really difficult. There's kind of, I mean, I know it would be best if you could tell them and be honest about who you are and who you love. That would be the best thing for you. However, in your situation, considering they're Muslim and considering you're a young adult and you were living with them, do you have people in your life, like friends, a partner, a network? Do you have people that you can be yourself around? Like chosen family, so to speak. Do you have like other people that you can be honest about who you are with? Yikes. Okay. Okay. Um, do you have, what is your plan? Like your long-term plan for life? Like, what do you plan on ultimately living? What do you plan on ultimately doing? You know, like where you can be free and be yourself. Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, the best advice that I can give you in your particular situation is to wait to tell until after you've moved out. And I know that that's probably a disheartening response, but I can't I can't tell you to tell them because I don't want you to end up on the street. And sometimes just it shouldn't be this way, but sometimes just keeping it to yourself for the time being is the best option. Um, unless if you would meet someone, if you met someone and you were serious and you were going to be with that person, then maybe that would be the moment to tell them. However, if you don't like have someone that can catch you when you fall, so to speak, it's best to not disrupt what you do have because you don't want to end up, on the street. And I know someone that happened to, and I just don't want to see that happen to anyone. Yeah, so I think at this point in time, it's best to keep it with you. However, once you get out on your own and you're living on your own and you can be yourself, by all means tell them. Because you never know. You never know. They might accept you. They might. Or one of your parents might accept you. And, you know, that would be the best case scenario, that they actually would think about it and accept you. The worst case scenario, of course, is that they don't accept it. So I say, yeah, yeah. But maybe they won't like fully disown you. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll have like a neutral reaction and just be like, I disagree with this. However, you're still my child. You know what I mean? That would be a better outcome than the worst case. But definitely wait until you are in a place where you can be yourself and take care of yourself and be safe. Yeah, definitely don't. No. Definitely don't tell it. Don't tell it. Until you are away and again in a safe place, then if you want to tell it, by all means. However, no. Don't risk it. It's not worth the risk. And I hate that that's even still a thing. Because just do whatever you can to make yourself feel valid without them knowing, but just don't reveal that right now. It's not a good call. So what do you consider yourself? Are you also Muslim, and do you consider yourself Muslim, or do you believe something different? Okay. All right, I get that. I understand. Okay. Yeah. So just be you when it's you. Hopefully you can find somebody. Hopefully you can find somebody or find a network of people where you feel accepted and you can make your moves towards being on your own and being able to live your truth and be who you are, because that's very important. But as long as you live with your parents, no, just I hate to say it, but just keep continuing doing what you're doing because it's the safer option. And too many times, bad things happen to gay people, and I don't want that to happen to you. So just don't tell them right now. Just, yeah. God, I hate having to say that because I'm all about like being who you are, but yeah. You're welcome. You're very welcome. And I'm sorry you have to live with that and deal with that. That's, again, that shouldn't be a thing. But I don't know a lot about like Muslim faith. I know a little. Um, I like I said, I try to read and learn about a lot of cultures, but I also do know that being gay is like really looked down upon in any culture that is Muslim. And it's one of those things where, it's like it's worse than it's worse than other faiths even. So, but at least that's what I've heard and observed, that it's a little more. more strict, intense. I don't know what word to use, but um, yeah. No, I understand that 100%. Like, yeah, you need that. Like, that's a very valid human experience. Like, you need at least someone to be able to be yourself with. So even if it is a random person you found on the internet, like, that helps. That helps. Because surprisingly, when I was growing up, I had a similar experience. When I was a teenager, I thought I couldn't tell anyone who I really am and who, I wanted to be, and who I loved, and any of that. And I finally found someone, and again, it was a random person I met on the internet that ended up being my partner in the future, and we're still together. So, sometimes life works out weird like that. You just, everyone needs somebody that they can be their true self with. Whether it ends up being a friend, etc. Like, everyone needs that. You can't do it completely alone. You can't hide who you are from everyone all the time. So I'm glad you could find a safe place here, because that's really important. Uh, yeah, that's a lot. For me as a non-Muslim person, that is a lot for me to take in. I've heard it before. I have a very close friend that is also Muslim. Um, she's trans woman. Um, she could never tell her family about who she is. Um, but she found comfort when she moved out with friends that were also either trans or gay or very accepting. And in her particular case, she still held on to being Muslim. She just, rejected that part. Uh, but beyond that, I can't really comprehend fully. I'm just looking out mostly for your safety and wanting you to stay alive and safe. So that's why I think it's best for you to just keep that to yourself for now. Or, on the internet, it's fine. When you meet people that are like minded individuals, you can create that, safe space where you can be yourself and have that outlet that you can't do with your family. Don't be scared. If they haven't found out thus far, they're not going to find out. Um, just make sure they don't check your internet history. Make sure they don't do any of that. Um, that's just me being paranoid from my own upbringing. That just make sure they can't check your internet history. I feel honored that I could be that person for you, and I'm glad I could be here. Um, as I said, I'm Shinto, so in my mind, I feel as though I was meant to be here tonight. Like I was meant to stream tonight. And spiritually, this was the reason. Because in Shinto, it's all about doing good and helping others and supporting each other. So I am glad that I could be on tonight, and that is, yeah, I'm just glad I could be here for you. And yeah, I stream like once a week, so you're always welcome to come on my channel and be able to talk and be yourself, and always know that you have someone that supports you, even if I'm in an entirely different part of the world. I still, I'll always support you, and yeah, I hope life gets better. So I'm gonna change the mood of the stream. I'm gonna play. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, you are valid and you are loved regardless of what anyone tells you. You deserve to live a happy, fulfilled life with whoever you end up meeting and loving. There is nothing wrong with being gay. Being gay is beautiful. I am gay. It gets better. And I know it probably really feels like really alone and isolated and like a dead end right now, but one day you are going to be somewhere where you can be yourself, and you're going to meet someone that you love, and it's going to be amazing. And that's all I want for you. That's you're going to be so happy because that's that's all we really want as humans. Yeah. 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 And when you move out and you're on your own, and if you finally tell your family, if they don't accept you, you kind of saw it coming. So you will meet your chosen family, and you will have a network of people that love you and care about you and will never let you fall. And even when you fall, they'll catch you when you fall. And it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm I'm even getting a little like teary about it because Mine was never as serious as your situation. However, there was a point in my life where I thought I could never be myself and I would never be able to tell anyone. And similar to you, the internet gave me that chance to tell someone where I could be my true self and finally live my truth and eventually find my footing and create who I am. And now I'm just thankful every year that I am still here and that I never stopped fighting and that I never gave up and that now I can look back and be like, wow, I overcame a lot. It does get better. It gets better. It gets better. So now I'm gonna play one of my songs that is very relevant, I feel, to the mood. It's something I wrote regarding my own life experience as who I am and discovering who I am and coming to terms with that. So I'm gonna play that song. I make music. I'm a rapper, visual K artist. I don't know if you're familiar with Japanese visual K, but I crossed that over Japanese visual K with rap and hip hop to create a whole new sound, something different. So this is a prototype. I released it on June 13th in honor of Pride Month in the US. I was the male that always stood out. Rainbow and black, they kept me down. Failure to thrive is what they said. But I refuse to mix with those who want me dead. I'm still a work in progress and I'm running my race. You are so I sleep with myself. As how you live with ya. Cause I'm the defect, I slip through the cracks. I get all the jazz ones and that go back. But I'm missing my weak point. Should be discontinued, I just ain't right. The deeper the hell for one faulty really tight. For faulty product, it ain't hard to find. I just don't live that. I'm prototype. Yeah, it's on it back. I'm prototype. You are the light that should not be dark. Brightness and pain, they can break your heart. Stop this nonsense is what they said.
I fed all the jazz wrong. That's a fact. Sometimes I'm missing. My mind is flat. Should be discontinued. Right? A danger to everyone. Right? For faulty product did how do right. I remember that. Prototype. Yeah, I remember that. Prototype. Yeah. I'ma be loud and I'ma be tough. Roll it up, don't stop, turn it up. You can put this down. Be unique, we all speak, no need to be unique. Welcome to the world of other sex. Are you gonna fit in? Welcome to the life of XXX. Are you gonna live in? I'm gonna be there, let's go through the crack. I get all the dance lungs and that's a fact. Sometimes I'm missing, my mind is cracked. The beat is continued, that just ain't right. Danger to everyone called to me. Nice. So faulty product, it ain't hard to find. I can comment that. I'm prototype. Yeah, comment that. I'm prototype, cause I'm a defense. I slip through the cracks. I failed all the tests wrong, and that's a fact. Sometimes I'm missing, my mind is cracked. Should be discontinued, that's just ain't right. Danger to everyone, culture, right? But for faulty product, it ain't how you find. I remember that. I'm prototype. Yeah, I can remember that. I'm prototype. I'm prototype. I'm prototype. I know I'm right.
Yeah, so that's something I wrote. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so I'm gonna play my latest release next. It's something about someone that I really care about a lot. It's like really raw, real authentic, like I've been this entire stream. But I just released this 2 weeks ago, on December 6th, 3 weeks ago now. But yeah, this is "Wish I Was You."
I'm start with this time. I'm start with control, that's fine. I'm start with home making line. That's what all was 99. But something got in the way. Don't know what else I can say. Without a lie, do my thing, and I won't.
I'll be everything, anything, anything, everything, and everything, anything, 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 and everything.
You do everything so effortlessly. It's because you don't have big names. But I know there's something. It's just who you are. And I don't want to change it. That's what I like the most to see. How it can come so naturally. Maybe one day there's something. Don't know what more I can do. Kinda makes me wish I was you. Wish you could use a line, things better left us at times. Wish I was one time, feel like one time. Doesn't let me get it this day. Don't know what else I can say. I want to with me every day, and I need you to stay.
I'll be everything, anything, anything, everything, everything, anything, anything, anything.
You do everything so effortlessly. It's because you don't have to, man. But I know there's something. It's just who you are. And I don't want to change you. That's what I love the most to see. How everything comes so naturally. Hoping one day we feel something. Don't know what more I could do. Gotta make me wish I was you. You smile with the other, another next day. One look and out the kid all sad. Start both others instead. I don't need to make this man. 10 years from now, we'll be looking back. So bad, but we're now nothing we can change now. So hope don't do. Got a place to live when you change a thing. One day I'm gonna get the ring. One day we gon' have that thing. Get a chance to something to command. Ooh, man, I won't be by side, won't be by side, but it takes time, we'll waste time, I'll waste time, I'm gonna get mine.
I'll be everything, anything, everything, 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 anything, and everything.
You do everything so effortlessly. It's because you don't have feelings. But I know there's something. This is the who you are. And I don't wanna change you. That's what I love the most to see. How everything comes so naturally. Hoping one day there's something. Don't know what more I can do. Gonna makes me wish I was you. Gonna makes me wish I was you. I wish I was you.
I'll be everything, everything, anything, everything, everything, everything.
Yeah. What's up, new viewer? Caramel Kiss. Yeah, I got the lyrics. You want the lyrics? So what you want the lyrics? I got them. I can send them. I can type them right here. Or I can paste it right here. You want the lyrics to Wish I Was You? Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and here you go. This is the lyrics. How was you lyrics?
Almost up this time. This out control that's fine. From some home make that line. After all, it's not.
I do something I didn't know way. Don't know what else I can say. That I like to my day and I want you.
I'll be everything, anything, anything, everything, and everything, anything, 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 and everything.
You do everything so effortlessly. It's because you don't have big names. But I know there's something. This is just who you are. And I don't want to change you. That's what I like the most to see. How everything comes so naturally. But one day there's something, don't know what more to do. Gonna make me lose now with you. Wish you could use a lot of things better than some six times. Wish I was on the time, feel like I'm running out of time. This is like me better this way. Don't know what else I can say. I want to with me every day, and I need you to stay.
I'll be everything, anything, anything, everything, everything, anything, anything.
Do everything so effortlessly. It's like you don't want to man. But I know there's something. It's just who I. And I don't want to change you. That's what I love the most. See, how everything comes so naturally. Hope one day there's something. Don't know what more to do. Gotta make me wish I was you. You smiled at me up when nothing is clear. One look and I forget all that. Trying to fall other things sad. I need to make it look man. 20 years from now, we be looking bad. So bad over here now, nothing we can change now. So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Gotta face a lot of the bigger thing. One day I'm gonna get the thing. One day we gonna have this thing. Give a chance to something to good man. Ooh, man, I won't be by side, won't be by side. But the days time, I'm gonna waste time, not waste time, I'm gonna get mine.
I'll be everything, anything, anything, everything, everything, anything, 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 and everything.
Do everything so effortlessly. Let's
Just to make you don't have to land. But I know you felt something. Just who you are. And I don't want to change you. That's what I love about the most, you see. Only thing is going so naturally, baby. Hoping one day you feel something. Don't know what more I can do. That makes me wish I was you. We wish I was you.
I
Wish I was you.
Everything, 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 everything.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of song.
Sucking dick out bad just to pay for the shit. I don't believe it, it's still over it. Told me I'm nothing, I'd never make it. Down to the sag and we useless to sell it. My beats are lame and I can't sing for shit. Lyrics are vulgar, but my passion is lit. Makeup too heavy, my pants don't fit. Never give up, I'm not hard in it. They say life's not fair, but there gotta be more than this. 10 years ago, they be out there singing songs saying exactly this. So young and hopeful, I just wanna protect that kid. I'm here now, strong and resilient, cause of that kid. It's the less is more, but I think more is less. The more I indulge, the satisfaction is less. To be happy isn't built on money and success, but I need that cash to afford happiness. I got a life and my life ain't less. The price for well dross, I love this mess. Do whatever it takes, I'll get there one day. Future's manifesting, but doesn't look at today. Keep my head up, don't care what they say. They on the real stuff without dismay. Always the song at the end of the day. Stop lying to myself, I'm just faking gay. Ask about this mind, that's all I gotta say. Have to be the
Best, but only my way.
They say life sucks, but there gotta be more.
Be more than that.
10 years ago, maybe I'll
Be
be
out
a
there
little
so dressing it.
So wise and mature, just wanna support that
Want to
kid.
support that kid.
I'm
I'm here
for
for
the
the
kid. I hear less is more, but I say more is less. The more we will get, the motivation.
The motivation is less.
Happy isn't built on fame and success, but I need that attention to have happiness. You got a life and that life ain't less. Stressed and depressed, I love our mess. Put my emotions and soul in the shit. Left everything behind to pursue it. You saved my life, I hope you realize that. Loved and free was my authentic shit. Passion for music
with an
I don't need a lot.
lot, but I need a hit. Work hard to keep my body fit. One day I'll look back and say, I fucking made it.
They say that's life, but I know
I know there's more than this.
10 years ago,
That boy believed in all of this.
so dedicated to
Idiot brain, I love that kid.
We'll be here
He died because of that kid. Less is more and more is less. Give and take, only my doubts are less. Get my fame, you'll get your success. Together forever, this is our happiness. We have our life, we want it to last. Here every day and love our mess.
King of Shinjuku, Ikimashou. I can make decisions because I want to. Daytime,
I'm talking outside. That's the best sight, kitten getting knocked. He's a big sexy, I'm fine. On a snap like a kid, my information. Stay on my pics, begging for attention.
So kid they
say, yeah, I know. So they say, no, that's true.
On the knees,
Turn out looking up, back over in the window, fill me up. Always ready to take a load, but are you ready to go down my road? Don't you break up, I just collect them. On a second now, just waiting for the next one. What I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in the process, put you in the right mood. Okay, anyway, every day. Now but each tomorrow, all my gays and nays come out to play. Say not to, but I haven't met my culture. It's like my sexuality, baby.
I got you.
Sexuality.
Can make up my
Oh,
mind.
I know it don't need more time.
This
Last time, you told me to stop.
Never
First choice, baby, get inside. Body quick, and she said, I can hide.
They
They pull my tugs like I give you that attention. Stay on me on my back, jerking your obsession.
So how they
They
say,
say, yeah, I know. So sing this thing, know that too.
over
When you listen down now, you feeling it, do it now. Always ready to make a scene, but are you ready for what this means?
Cause I don't
Do break ups, I just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. Want what I got, I can make it feel good. 7 minutes in the spot and put you in the right mood. Okay, anyway, every day. Now but hate you tomorrow. All my kids and things come out to play. Say auto, but have you met my culture? Just like my sexuality, baby. I got duality. Thank you.
Cause I want to.
Oh, daytime, nighttime, talking all the time. Can't make up my mind, no, it don't need more time. This time, last time, need someone to decide.
Say you
You wanna know what I'm about? Once you're in, you can't get out. Yeah, you wanna know what I'm about? Once you're in, you can't get out.
I don't do break.
Wake up, stop, just collect them. On my second now, just waiting for the next one. Want what I got? I can make you feel good. 7 minutes in the closet, put you in the right mood. Game anyway, every day. Love you now, but hate you tomorrow. All my gays and nays come out to play. No, I don't, but have you met my culture?
Just like my
Sexuality, baby.
I got you.
Got duality. Thank you so much, though. Thank you. Back photo tip again.
I was the
Name
name.
always stood out. Rainbow and black, they can pound me down. Failure to thrive is what they said. That I refuse to mix with those who want me dead. Still a work in progress and I'm proud of my mess. You ask how I sleep with myself, I ask how you live with yours. 'Cause I'm the defect, I slip through the cracks. I failed all the test runs, and that's a fact. Some parts are missing, my mind is cracked. The beat is continue, but I just ain't right. Danger to everyone, cost of many times. For a faulty product, didn't hard to find. I keep coming back. I'm prototype. I keep coming back. I'm prototype. You are the light that should not be dark. Brightness and pain, they can break your heart. Stop this nonsense is what they said. But you can't stop fighting those who want us dead. You're a work in progress and you're proud of your mess. That's how we sleep with ourselves. We ask how they live with theirs. From the deep end, I slip through the cracks. Failed all the test runs, that's a fact. But I'm missing, my mind is cracked. Beat is continued, I just ain't right. Danger to everyone, calls many times. For a faulty product, it ain't hard to find. I keep coming back. I'm the prototype. Yeah, I keep coming back. I'm the prototype. I'm be loud and I'm be proud. Put up, don't stop, turn it up. Shut this down. Me well, please, no need to be me. Welcome to the world of love, accept. Won't fit in. Welcome to the life of acceptance. Are you gonna live in? Deep end, I slip through the cracks. Failed all the test runs, and that's a fact. Parts I'm missing, my mind is cracked. Beat is continued, that just ain't right. Danger to everyone, the cause of many times. Faulty product, it ain't hard to find. I keep coming back. I'm prototype. I keep coming back. I'm prototype. Deep edge, I slip through the cracks. Failed all the test runs, and that's a fact. Parts I'm missing, my mind is cracked. Beat is continued, I just ain't right. A danger to everyone, because of many times. For a faulty product, it ain't hard to find. I'll keep coming back. I'm the prototype. Yeah, I keep coming back. I'm the prototype. I'm the prototype. Prototype. I know I'm right.
If it exists, there is part of it.
Not gonna play this one because
Finish
it's a little let's get to something more relatable. This one. This is my breakup song. This is my breakup song. Break up then make up.
Used to be so great.
Great, now we ain't back then.
Tell me I'm the one who wanted that everything. When you tell me that.
Tell me that you wouldn't, but thank you did.
That's what best. And it does for
And this
those.
one's up.
And it's going
It's not from best one.
like a second bad sense.
Thanks from the head to time.
If it like
My heart don't make your life.
I took it for one.
Natural
This is stood up and down.
Love.
Show me I'm safe.
It's just to get what you want.
And you show me that you would have done things you did. So what? That's fine. And your best friend, no friend. And it's still my best friend. Like a yearly up and back every time. You know my heart, so I break your life. You remember for as out as it was. You remember me as good as it was. You remember
That it was. You made me want it all.
because I should have would say I won't
You won't do this ever
I
again.
want to settle change and
Change and become everything.
tell you that I love you.
And just that next time.
Say that I
Said I
won't
would
fuck
fuck
up.
up. Nope, I did.
So I beg for a chance. So give my last
You know that chance. Please give me one more chance.
I can't even try on the blessing.
Let's see next time.
I put your heart
Ah,
out.
then the break your life.
You used to say I'm the one that knew the everything, but you would love me with all this anything. That makes us in love despite all my fears. When instead I couldn't say nothing but man,
I did.
So I fuck you again,
Again.
and I love you again.
Again.
And then you again.
Again.
No game today, I'll be like, bitch.
Shit, your mind.
You call my
I'm a heart, so again, you're alive.
No, I'm gonna go.
I had someone featured on that one.
I was chilling at the fifth funny. Seeing couples come and stay and walk inside the game. I was alone every night. In the twist of everything so bad. I was gone on the jump shit.
Boy,
Wrong. I thought the always had to phone to catch me. The consequences ain't from I was there. Against something big. Being honest.
really?
Love.
Shit ain't love, if it's fake, pretty cute for a trap. Why you gotta walk up in my life like that?
Sweet with the sun.
Right.
So good.
Yeah,
I know the things you want to do. They don't say that's
Nasty construction.
She tell me I should stay away.
Maybe that just made me wanna stay.
Judges advances for my life is dangerous. I should reconsider my stances. Reputation attains.
Fuck that.
I'll take
my chances.
Without pain.
Thing, can't spell. Infamous.
Comes with that felt this. Seeing others got me on, I want good kids. Spending time together, these hands gonna last forever. This a little bitch, I can't run around figure. Never mind, you want me to get me the chick. Tell me from the start, now he's in a war. All I care about is how we make a pussy sore. I'm here, that's all I care about. One person ain't just fucking to the cloud. Getting together every day, why you gotta make me feel this way? He didn't swim with the side right, stick so good for my pussy on my head. Tell me all the things you wanna do, then I'll send you my thoughts about you. You tell me I should stay away, but baby, that should mean you wanna stay. Say I should reject these stances, but my life is dangerous. I should be considered for stances, reputation and heinous. Fuck that, I'll take my chances. Without pain, and spell.
Infamous.
Said you got an enemy, fuck the enemy. I know you're into me, come into me. People wanted me about you, you told me all about you. Made an informed decision, I can make decisions. As you told me there's better options, fuck the other option. You made me feel alive, you dare give inside. I'm happy with you, and we take pictures. Enemy points of
What's
view,
the
you're
name? My friends think we're cute. Yeah, so that was okay. Understood, and it's something I wrote about some things that were said about me, to me, etc., etc. And like I always like to keep it raw, real, and authentic. So I kind of just a lot of things that happen to me in my life or people that impact me in my life, I kind of just always write about it. And that's what I mean when I say that my music is like all over the place, because it's just like my feelings, and my feelings sometimes can be all over the place. So that's what that was. But the next one that I'm gonna play is my message to So I was once upon a time, way back when, about 17 years ago, I was doxxed and stalked. And so I put this song, actually 2023, 2 years ago. I was response to everyone that was the hater and doxed me and was racist, homophobic against me. This was my clap back to them.
It's a shout out to all you losers on that side. You bitches are called trying you. Right? There's an ode to you haters. I never lost the fight.
Thank you.
Sit back, haters, stroke your dick to this rainbow tonight. Supposed to be my own dance. It's a trans for couple plans. I'm a name and all the topics. Get the things up the nicks. Scandal with the magazine. That the thing got a machine. All these bitches like your jelly. They so petty. They ain't fucking me. Don't listen from a dude say fuck me. I'm fine. I'm coming up with you saying, oh, what did I? Glad it's more to a taste. And that's I'll never be able to call me back. Cool, but guy, hold up, just wait. Wanna come inside, dude? You ain't straight. Stop and look cute as fuck. Try to love you, always be a girl. Got my face on your mind, not my cat. Back, you know, post on internet, but the day you not ready yet. All you bitches met your plastic comes from under you, will walk on me. Just what about this dude when he says something like dick? It's a pretty and lewd in your dreams, but control for this has some bitches I'll make you feel small. I'll never be a boy if I take excuse home. You just can do it, dude. It's okay, yeah. I put you in the mood, that's okay. Repeat after me. Drops a gay every day. Drops a gay every way. Drops a gay every day. Drops a gay every way. Drops a gay every day. Drops a gay every way. This might be a little out here again in my sky. If you want to try dick, gotta acknowledge it. See? Wasn't that easy? I don't see what you can offer. Nah, just kidding. Go about your 4chan, loser. I did it for the lols.
I don't know if anyone really wants to hear this one. So this is my only Japanese language track on my last album, and it's about basically it's called Yawasa, translation weakness. It's about weakness versus love, and how love is a weakness. Sorry, it was shedding. I want to made one music video. Do you want to see my one music video? I will share that. Yeah, so if you want to see my official music video, the only music video I have, I'll play it. It's also viewable on it's also viewable on YouTube, but I'll play it here if you want to see it. Okay.
You used to be so great within your life. More like the last it was asymptomatic. Tell me I'm the one who to that everything. When you tell me that you bought it, the thing you did. So I've got your best friend. And your best friend girlfriend. And his girlfriend's best friend. Like a psychic bad sign, stronger every time. You break my heart, so I break your life. I told you from day one that I could have your trust. Insisted up and down that I wouldn't love. Showed me I was safe just to get what you want. When you showed me that you wouldn't a thing you did. So I got your best friend. And your best friend girlfriend. And his girlfriend best friend. Like a year they all come back every time. You break my heart, so I break your life. You made me fall as it was. You didn't need as good as it was. You didn't love as bad as it was. You wanted out just because. I should have would say I won't do this ever again. All of a sudden I'll change and become everything. Tell you that I love and do better next time. I'd say that I won't fuck up, but you know I did. So I beg for a chance. This will be my last chance. Please give me one more chance. Like a yoga, I'm a blessing and a curse. I break your heart and I break your life. You used to say I'm the one and only everything, but you would love me regardless anything. Tell me obsessive love despite all my fears. When I said I couldn't submit, but then I did. So I fucked you again, and I love you again, and I need you again. Like a young day, I'll be like, bitch, you're mine. You got my heart, so I get your life.
Yeah, so that's my music video. That's my music video. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have like some live shows that I've done in the past. Um I could show you one of like my live shows that we did. Um I performed at a gay bar, and I can show you let's see. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna start over. Like now for some reason. So this is my September 20th. Yeah. So that was me and my prime, the best moments before.
What they said that I used to mix with those who want me dead. I'm still working for the center bottom of theirs. That's how I sleep with myself. I have how they live with it. I'm not keeping back, but to the fact I fell on the dance floor. The fights are this and my body's flat. Danger that everyone is in you. Before people attack you falling back. I'm prototype, yeah, I call it that. I'm prototype. You are the light that should not stop. Like this insane, they will break your heart. Stop this nonsense is what they said. But you can't stop fighting those who wanna stand. Just stick the work in progress and you'll find your neck. That's how we sleep with ourselves. We are all with it. Stop the deep, help us with the crowd. I fell on the dance floor, and not so fast. Sometimes this in my body crack. To be a song and you like to say, right? And they do that everyone was talking many times. But for faulty fun, get on this side. I call it back. I'm a prototype. Yeah, I can call it back. I'm a prototype.
Yeah, so that was my, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, the last one just showed us like my final performance at that venue. Trying to see what else I got here that's decent. Oh, this is a song you haven't heard yet. This is my more extreme style. But yeah, that's like okay. Okay. that that was special to me because um that was the first show. One second, I'm dealing with something. And so I guess this is the second take since you like this one. This is from a different point of view. I'll be right back. Yes, I'm gonna get off of you soon because it's getting late. It's like fucking almost 3 a.m. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get off of here soon because like Oh, thank you. Have a great night, and I appreciate you for being on here with me and staying with me for this long. It was so nice meeting you. I hope to see you in my next stream. I should be back sometime before the new year, but if not, I will see you next year. And akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimashita. I appreciate your viewing, and I hope you stay safe and stay happy within your own head, and know that you can always come here for a safe space to talk about who you are, and you are safe, and you are loved, and you are accepted. So, thank you so much. I'm gonna get off in 4 minutes. Because since I've been on for almost 3 hours, I might as well make it 3 hours. My closing comments are this: the US is fucked up. This current political environment is toxic and volatile. Trans people are real. Gay people are real. Black people built this country. And the reason I am a separatist is because I truly believe that everyone would be better off separated from white people. History precedes itself with that and shows time and time again that Black and Asian would be better off without white people. So the reason I am politically describing myself as Blasian New World Order is due to that. Black and brown is better off without white. 110%. And together, Black and Asian can create a new society that is so much better than this bullshit. And at the end of the day, someone in my music production group once said to me that African and Asian are the only true, real cultures in the world. Everything else was based off of that. And despite being 2 generations younger than this gentleman, I agreed wholeheartedly. Because he was right. It is time for a new system. It is time for something different. And that's all I can say. Like, the reason Black and Asian solidarity. At the end of the day, that's what I'm about. Black and Asian solidarity. And gender equality and gay rights and trans rights and for women to be able to do whatever the fuck they want with their bodies. Anyone with a uterus to be able to do what the fuck they want with their body. And that's it. Equality. True equality. And for this dystopian, postmodern, capitalist shit to burn the fuck down. Basic human needs like food, water, shelter should be free. And I don't care what anybody says about that, because food, water, shelter should be fucking free. Internet should be free. Public transit should be free. You want motherfuckers to work, you better make the transit free, because otherwise what the fuck are you doing with your life? And know what you're doing. You want to keep us oppressed. You want to keep us down. My entire image, the reason I made this video is my existence as a gay Asian male is political. My image as a Yankee Gonguro femboy is political. My stance as a left-leaning socialist anti-censorship supporter is political. Y'all really made Chap 13 come out here and made a whole ass video on this shit. Hashtag Blasian New World Order. Follow me everywhere. It is Chap 13 on everything. That is ATJAP13. Follow me everywhere, especially on Instagram, X, Twitch, and YouTube. And until next time, stay unique, stay free,